rough weekend over in La Liga for Real Madrid after they suffered a heavy home defeat against Barcelona in El Clasico. What has that done to the table? We'll take a look at that and much more next. That's right, folks. Back once again on a prediction video. Today is all about match day number 12. That's right, over in España. And we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe. Your one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, La Liga, world football. We're all here under one Ruski. It does look like a one-horse race right now for the title, and that is Barcelona tip at the table with, of course, a 6-point cushion over the nearest and dearest, which is now Real Madrid. That's right. But what will happen this weekend? Can Real Madrid close the gap? Will Barcelona suffer another defeat this season? Well, that's, of course, all to be talked about later in the video, but we'll get to that in a minute. Big shout-out to the patrons, you know who you are, and a big shout-out to the members, you know who you are. But let's turn the clock back and review the last games, including El Clasico, and take a little look at what's going on this weekend. Alrighty then, here we go. Looking back at the last weekend's games, of course, and here they come, coming at ya. Actually did pretty poor on my predictions this time around, so I'm hoping to bounce back this week. Espanyol did lose to Sevilla, that's right, with a 2-0 win. I did get Villarreal, their win over Valladolid, 2-1 win it was in the end. Vallecano with a 1-0 win over Alavés. I think I got that one pretty much close on the money as well, but that's pretty much all it was for me this weekend. Las Palmas got a big win over Girona. Didn't see that one coming. And of course, El Clasico with a big 4-0 win going in favour of Barcelona. Got the right amount of goals, but yeah, didn't think it was going to be a one-sided affair as it was. Leganés 3-0 winners of a sort of big win for them. Getafe with a draw against Valencia. Real Betis with a 1-0 win over Atlético. That was a monster win for them. Osasuna beating my boys as well. Real Sociedad, so good win there. And of course, the Monday night game, Mallorca and Bilbao ended up all square. So that's of course my picks. These are the table right now with Barcelona kicking ass and taking names. Of course, Real Madrid are hot on the tail though, but of course, big gap opening up between themselves right now and the chasing pack, who of course will make a big move this weekend. We'll get into all that in a minute. Just trying to fire up the old Super Brew. Going down is Las Palmas, it's Valladolid and Valencia. Bottom spot right now. But can they get a win this weekend? And a win could actually get them out of the drop zone. We'll take a look at all that, of course, when we get into the picks. But before all that, let's take a look at how you got on in the Super Brew. Alrighty then, folks. Here is a recap of the last weekend's points haul. And the MVK with a big 12.5 grab for him. Of course, get the yellow jersey or the yellow cap this week. And, of course, KP21 up there as well with a big 11 points. That's Hans Worst also getting in the old top 3 there. As for me, not one for me to get excited about, just 6 points, which did pretty poo this past weekend. But what's that done to the overall table? Well, it's still O'Connor at the top of the charts with a 4-point gap over Music 1207. Xandos is up there with top 3, but a mover up 2 spots to number 3. As for me, not great. I'm all the way down to 15th right now. Big drop off for me. But yeah, in good company though. Frosty's in there, Jimmy Watton, Raymond Reddington, Worst, Vinny Hong, all in or out touching distance. But that of course will change very, very soon. Speaking of change, of course, if you want to make some big changes, you can get involved as well. Take a little look at the Prediction League link. It is here on the screen. Of course, it is free, and of course, you can be in the mixer next time around. And speaking of next time around, we have got our next round of games coming at you this coming Friday. It all kicks off on November the 1st. That's right. Where are we going? Well, we're going to go here. It's the Estadio Mendoza, that's right. It's Alavés take on Mallorca coming at you this coming Friday night. 26 times they have played since 1996. Alavés winning 5 of them, 14 wins for Mallorca, and there's been 7 draws between the two sides. Alavés rocking just a pretty poor form right now. They're all the way down to 16th. They've lost 5 games on the spin. Up against the Mallorca side, who are up in 7th under Jagoba Arieste. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 for them. Now, the last time that they played against each other at this very venue, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2024. In fact, it was back-to-back draws last time around, both at Alavés and Mallorca. Mallorca on the back of a draw last time around against Bilbao. Has actually been back-to-back clean sheets for them. Alavés, though, on the back of that losing match against Vallecano to make it, like I said, 4 defeats on the spin. They've only scored in the last, they've only managed to find the back of the net in 1 of the last 4 matches as well. So they're finding goal scoring a bit of a problem. The odds here, 6-4 is your Alavés, 2-1 is the draw, 11-5 is your away win. It is Friday night under the lights. But I'm going to back Mallorca, who are flying high. 1-0 winners on the road for them. Big win for them as well to continue their push up the table. Next up, we go to the Estadio El Sadar, that's right, over in Palma, aka Osasuna, up in action up against Valladolid, that's right, coming up on the 2nd of November. Of course, played 33 times since 1993. We have 13 wins for Osasuna, 5 wins for Valladolid. There's been 15 draws between the two sides. Osasuna, though, up to 8th right now, doing dizzy stuff. 18 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Valladolid, we're all the way down to 19th right now, just 1 win in the last 6. They're on 17% form for them right now, losing 5 of the last 6 matches. Last time they played at Osasuna, it was a 2-0 win. In fact, Osasuna unbeaten against Valladolid over the last 4. In fact, they haven't even conceded a goal against them in the last 3 matches. Competitively, they've picked up a couple of 0-0 draws and a 2-0 win as well over in Osasuna. In fact, they're pretty airtight when it comes against Osasuna. It's actually 3 clean sheets on the spin at this very venue when they featured in La Liga. Osasuna on the back of that 2-0 win over Sociedad, big win for them. Valladolid losing to Villarreal in the battle of the V's this past weekend. The odds here, we have 5-3 on is Osasuna, 13-5 is your draw, 11-2 is the away win. I'm going to go with Osasuna here, 2-1 winners. Goal fest, you would imagine, considering the recent form in this fixture. Let's go over to Girona now as they take on Deportivo Leganés, of course, at the Stadio Montevidi. Girona under Michel, all the way down to 13th right now. Not having a good season considering their heights of last season. 42% form for them right now. 2 wins in the last 6 matches. Leganés under Borio Jimenez doing all right. 14th in the table, 11 points to the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Now, they played 12 times since 2014, these two clubs. 6 wins for Girona, just 1 win for Leganés. There's been 5 draws between the two sides, with the most recent match at this very venue being a 3-0 win for Girona back in December 2021. That was in the Segundo Division. Leganés have only won once in the last 6 at this very fixture, of course, and that was in Girona back in February 2021. Leganés are on the back of a 3-0 win over Celta Vigo. Girona losing to the bottom of the table Las Palmas last time. The odds here, 13-8 on is Girona, 13-5 is the draw, 21-4. That's the away side. Girona should win this one, bouncing back at home, maybe bouncing up into the top half of the table. Alrighty then, let's go over to Villarreal as they take on Vallecano. That's right, coming at you at the Estadio de Salamanca. Villarreal with Marcelino at the helm. They are 3rd in the table. Goodness gracious me, 21 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 5 up against Vallecano, who are in 9th. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 for them. Also on 58% form for them coming at you. Now, they played 25 times these two sides since 1997. We've got 15 wins for Villarreal. We have 6 wins for Vallecano, and there's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time at this very venue in Villarreal was the 3-0 win for the hosts back in April 2024. They are unbeaten in the last 4, picking up 3 wins and just 1 draw. Did I say that right? I meant that I was actually completely bullshit. I mean, Villarreal have only won once out of the last 4, and that was the last match at this very venue. So Vallecano, not too shabby in this fixture according to the recent run of events. And they're coming into us on the back of a win, of course, last time around against Alavés. Villarreal also picking up a 2-1 win over Valladolid. There's a lot of V's knocking around here. Looking at the odds right here right now, 11-8 on is your Villarreal, 11-4 the draw, 50-4 is your Vallecano. High-flying Villarreal should win this game. Going to go with a 2-0 win at the Estadio de Salamanca. Next up, we go to the Mestalla, that's right, as a bottom of the league, Valencia, under Ruben Bayaja, take it on 2nd of the table, Real Madrid, that's right, coming at you on the 11th the 2nd of 11th. Over at this very venue. Of course, Valencia, without a win in the last 6 matches, they are rock bottom with 7 points for the campaign. Real Madrid, 2 defeats in the last 6 matches. In fact, they've only won 3 out of the last 6 if you open it up to all competitions and all venues. 58% form for them right now. Now, they played 70 times, these two clubs, since 1993. 15 wins for Valencia, 40 wins for Real Madrid. There's been 15 draws, with the last match at this very venue being a draw. It was a 2-2 draw. In fact, the home side in this fixture has only lost once at the last maybe 10 games. That was when Real Madrid beat Valencia back in September 2021. So it seems to favour the hosts here. So will that be the case this time around? Who knows? Valencia on the back of that draw against Getafe. Real Madrid losing to Barcelona heavily in that 4-0 loss in El Clasico. The odds right here are now 11-2 is your Valencia, 25-12 on is your Real Madrid, 7-2 is the draw. Bottom club Valencia will lose here. 3-1 win. Big win. Real Madrid taking all 3 points. Let's go over to, let's go to Madrid, in fact, as we head over to the Riyadh Air Metropolitano, where Atletico will host Las Palmas, who are on a bit of an uptick of form right now. Played 10 times since 2015. 8 wins for Atletico, 2 wins for Las Palmas. There's been 10 draws. There's been 0 draws between these two sides. Atletico, fourth at the table, just 1 win in the last 6. Bit of a rough time right now for Diego Simeone's boys. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Las Palmas back-to-back wins. That's right. Last time they played at this very venue was a 5-0 win for Atletico. That's back in February 2024. Las Palmas on the back of wins over Valencia and Girona to get themselves moving in the right direction. Can they instigate a 3rd win? Well, this is going to be tricky because it's coming at you over at in Madrid, who are not the greatest bit of form right now. But the last win being that a 3-1 win over Leganés, losing to Lille in the Champions League, and then Real Betis in La Liga in quick succession. 127 on is your Madrid here. They are overwhelming favourites. 5-1 is the draw. 9-1 is your away win. I can't see it. I'd love to see it, but I can't see it. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. Atletico over at their own gaff. Meanwhile, over in Barcelona, the tabletoppers Barcelona taking on Espanyol. That's right. Played 68 times since 1994. 45 wins for Barcelona. 6 wins for Espanyol. There's been 17 draws between the two sides. Barcelona top of the table. 5 wins on the bounce for Hansi Flick up against Espanyol. Just 1 win in the last 6 matches. They last played at Espanyol. It was a 6-goal thriller. 4-2 it was in the end for for Barcelona. It's not been that overwhelmingly impressive for Barcelona. They've actually only won 3 of the last 6 against Espanyol, both home and away, but they're coming into on a free scoring bit of form. I'm looking at it now. 21 goals scored in the last 5 matches, is averaging around about 4 goals a game, if my mathematics is about right. Something like that. Anyway, meanwhile, Espanyol on the back of that 2-0 loss to Sevilla. The odds right here, right now. We have best Espanyol 16-1. They are long shots. 7-1 on is your Barcelona home favourites, of course. 7-1 is the draw here. Going to go with a 3-0 win for Barcelona to maintain their dominance in La Liga. Meanwhile, over Sevilla, that's right, at the Ramon Sanchez Piguan at Sevilla and the Garcia Pimenta up to 10th right now, 15 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 5 up against Sociedad. Real Sociedad with Emmanuel Englesill at the helm, just 1 defeat in the last 2 defeats the last 6. They're also on 58% form for them right now. They're 12th with 12 points to the campaign as well. Played 50 times these two sides since 1994. 20 wins for Sevilla, 17 wins for Sociedad. There's been 13 draws. The last time they played at this venue was a 3-2 win for Sevilla back in March 2024. Sevilla on the back of that 2-0 win over Espanyol. Sociedad losing a 2-0 loss to Osasuna at home. Goodness gracious me. The odds right here right now, 2-1 is your Sevilla, 31-20 is your Sociedad, 90-10 is your draw. Sevilla on an uptick of form right now. Sociedad really have had a real miserable start to the campaign as well. I don't think it's going to continue too much. I'm going to go with a draw, sitting on the fence, and that's my first draw of this weekend's games. Meanwhile, over to Bilbao we go, over at the San Mams, as Bilbao take on Real Betis in a bit of a ding-dong classic on the 3rd of November. Played 58 times since 1994. We have 20 wins for Bilbao. We have 18 wins for Real Betis. There's been 18 draws. Bilbao under Ernesto Valverde sit 5th in the table with just 1 defeat in the last 6. Real Betis unbeaten the last 3, up to 6 right now under Manuel Pellegrini. Last time they played at this very venue, it was a 4-2 win for Bilbao, that's right, back in August 2023. Real Betis just won once of the last 4 against, actually tell a lie, Bilbao only won once of the last 5 against Real Betis, so they're not the best opponents for them, and they're coming into on a good bit of form right now, beating Atletico, of course, 1-0 win, that's Real Betis. Bilbao drawn to Mallorca on the road, but back-to-back clean sheets for them coming into this on all competitions. 5-4 on is your Bilbao, 13-5 is the draw, 7-2 is your away. It's a tough one, this one, but I'm going to back the host to nick it. 1-0 win, as of course these two teams compete for those European spots this season. And over to the Municipal de Balados is Celta Vigo, of course, with Claudio Garraldes. They sit 11th with 13 points to the name, up against Getafe, 15th for the table, with just 10 points to the name. They, of course, just won defeat the last 6 for them, but on 50% form. The other draw Kings pick up 4 draws out of the last 6. Played 26 times since 2006. 7 wins for Celta Vigo, 10 wins for Getafe. There's been 9 draws. Last time around, over at Celta Vigo, it was a 2-2 draw back in October 2023. Getafe are unbeaten against Celta Vigo over the last 5. That's 3 wins and a couple of draws to boot. And speaking of draws, that's 3 draws on the spin for Getafe. Draw with Valencia, Villarreal and Osasuna over the last 3. Meanwhile, Celta Vigo losing to Leganés quite drastically, 3-0 loss in the end this past weekend. The odds here, 20-19 on is your Celta Vigo, 11-5 is the draw, 10-3 is your away win. It's a tough one, could be another draw, but yep, it is. Goal fest, 2-2 in the end. To complete this weekend's action over in La Liga. That, my friends, completes my Pickerinos. Make sure you get in there with your own link, with the link there to the Super Brew. And, of course, come back next time around where we have some more drama over in La Liga. So until then, subscribe, smash the like. Until then, we are done.